Kia ora, strong wind warnings in place across parts of New Zealand and some heavy rainfall as well as we go through the rest of the day today, Monday, and even to the early hours of Tuesday morning. The heaviest rainfall so far has been on the western coast of the South Island, feeding through in towards the ranges through there. So we have got some severe weather warnings for rainfall across parts of the South Island for the first part of this afternoon. And as we head in towards the afternoon evening, we'll find that rainfall moves up towards the North Island to give a wet end to the day through there. You can see that rain though does push through towards the ranges of Western, feeding across in towards the headwaters of Canterbury. There's a warning for you guys as we head through the rest of the afternoon to around about 1 or 2 o'clock. The low pressure system then pushes that rain back in towards the south, and that combines with those colder temperatures to bring the risk of some snowfall through central parts of Otago in towards places like the Mackenzie country, with the risk of some snow, some heavy snow, above about 800 metres. So there are some severe weather watches through there. But you can see we've got a real patchwork of watches and warnings, not just for the rainfall and the snow, but also for those stronger winds through parts of, say, the Canterbury High Country and Marlborough as we go through the first part of the afternoon on a Monday, and also warnings for places like Wellington and up in towards those southern parts of Taranaki, inland parts of Whanganui, and up towards Taihape for those stronger northwesterly winds. So it really will be a strong wind story, with those winds being picked out in purple, showing the areas which we're likely to find the strongest winds. But that's the areas where we could find gusts of perhaps 120 kilometres an hour through parts of, say, Wellington and the inland parts of the North Island. So a windy old story and a wet one as well. So we'll start off down on the South Island. We've got that watch for snowfall to around about 3 p.m. There's still the remains of that rain to clear across those western parts of the South Island. The warnings through here till around about 1 o'clock. We'll also keep hold of that wind warning till around about 1 p.m. on Monday as well. Watches as well for heavy rainfall through parts of Buller and wind in towards the inland areas of Marlborough. Again, really for that afternoon part of Monday. As we cross Cook Strait though, we'll keep hold of that strong wind warning through Wellington right the way through to around about 6 p.m. tonight. Another watch there for those southern areas of Wairarapa, and a watch for some heavier rainfall around the Tauroas. Again, really for the afternoon, evening time of Monday. A little bit further northwards, that rain focusing in on towards places like Taranaki, Monga, could be enough to bring about 70 to 100 millimetres of rainfall through there. But you can see a broader wind warning area for those southern parts of Taranaki, inland parts of Whanganui, and up in towards Taihape as well. In those areas, we could find gusts of wind reaching around about 120 kilometres an hour. And while most of that rain clears away from the country as we go through the night time, there will still be some heavier rainfall across those eastern parts of the Bay of Plenty, right the way through to about 3 a.m. on Tuesday morning as well. So there are watches and warnings across many parts of New Zealand, both in terms of wind and also that wet weather. So head along to the Met Service website for all the latest information on those, and you can find all of that detail at metservice.com.